Okay, it's day 5 of my Christmas countdown. Today I thought I would show you a kind of extended version of something you only get glimpses of in the film, and that is our story. Basically, in our storyteller scene, we actually sort of flipped back and forth between the elves arriving and everyone having a good time listening to this wonderful story. But you only hear little snippets from the story. And so I wanted to show you that entire poem, basically, in full. So here it is. This is read out by Dagmar. Dagmar was one of our fantastic extras, and he's from the Vikings of Middle England. They came all the way down from Leicester, a couple of hours journey every time they came down. And yeah, and they became incredibly loyal to the project, and they helped us out hugely with costumes, with the props, with everything really, and we could not have made the film without them.
Action.
Now poor Dax had only been there a couple of days, I'd hardly know him, and I just handed him a piece of paper which had this poem on, about an A4 sheet worth of poem, and said, do you want to be our storyteller, could you do this? You've got half an hour to learn it, or something like that. Like, the poor guy. It's actually written originally by Ken Rankin, otherwise known as Mirimaran, if I've said that right, and I hope I have, Ken. Ken I met on a Yahoo group called the Rangers of the North, and he'd written a few of these poems, and I spotted this one and asked him if I could use it in the film. I thought it was great, and he accepted, and we did a few little tweaks, and this is the finished poem. I really hope you like it.
7 stars and a crown and a field of blue. In the wind of war the banner flew. Around it the king called men forth to fight for freedom in the north. Fornost has fallen, the herald cried, as Dúnedain they fought and they died. A man noble and brave fell from his steed, trampled by beasts that gave no heed. The king was carried from the fray as the army of Angmar made its way. Our banner caught in a sea of death as the king's herald drew one last breath. The banner toppled and fell to the earth. The enemy howled in terrible mirth as men ran in fear and cried, alas, alas, our hope has died. But as the banner came crashing down upon the blood-soaked ground, up ran a boy unto the field. Though no sword nor axe did he yield, no armour nor shield did he carry, nor did he slow, nor did he tarry. But he ran to the fallen banner and rose it in a rightful manner. He stood alone upon that field, and to nothing would he yield. For Arnor! He cried, and stood his ground, as all at Angmar came crashing down. He did hold that banner high, and uttered in his last cry, Lanach Lanad! Drengo Morn! From his hand no banner could be torn. Men roared, and orcs knew fear, for they saw their doom was near. For those last words the boy did cry will stay with them until they die. Einar arose one more that day, and boy and banner made their way to Rivendell, where both doth lie, and where the banner still flies on high.